my desire, I want to continue the conversation we had last week, and I developed that presentation like kind of like to 2/3 or something. I just couldn't finish it. I didn't have time for it, so that's why I took a pause and I continue on that conversation next week. But I think that what I'm going to ask you to do now, I mean, I don't think so. I'm convinced that what I'm going to ask you to do now complements very well with that, because I want you to have like some sort of session that you can manipulate and that we can see in the last weeks while we are covering the material that I want to cover. For example, we're going to be discussing something about chords and how to augment chords, and we're going to be discussing something about inversions. We're going to be discussing something about layering, and I think it would be cool if you can use this session that I'm going to ask you to build as a basic building block for the work that we're going to do in the last weeks. Like, that's kind of how I see it. What do I want? When you create an assignment, you have a goal always, and you want your people that you're working with to learn something about that and to be used to that's something, it has to be useful. So for example, right now, one of the reasons why I'm so busy is because the second project started and the first one is finishing at the same time. And I was asked to write a new song for the new project that's called Moonwalkers. It's kind of like zombies on the moon kind of thing. And well, it's actually more interesting than that. It's sort of like, imagine that there is a pandemic on Earth, and it's such a deep pandemic that there's some people move to the moon, like just like while the whole thing is getting sorted out. uh, just have to wear masks. They just go to the moon, exactly. Uh, and so I have to write a song for this, and I'm given a demo, like from the director, and then I have to analyze that demo, understand what are the parts of it, like the elements of each one of those songs, and think about the layering, that it's going on there, and kind of like replicate it. So I believe that the skill of like listen something that already exists and then being able to analyze it in your head, decompose it, and recreate it is a really important skill for sure. With me, yeah, but not to this level. I don't think it was to this level. I mean, yeah, sure, I get it. And number one, nobody did it. Number one, nobody did it. And number two, yeah, but this is not. I don't consider this to be similar assignments. I understand that you don't want to get this assignment. I get it. We can talk about another thing if you want, but I mean, I ask you to recreate an electronic music song so you can practice synthesis. Like, I was not asking you to practice layering. Okay, and I asked you to do it once, and I can also ask you to do it twice, because this thing you will have to do it a lot of time in your life, anyways. So, if you tell me like, dude, this is a pain in the ass, like, okay, well, I mean, I don't want to be so friendly and happy. I mean, I want to tell you we can make it a formative if you want, and we reduce the tension on you, but I don't see why not doing this. I mean, what I did this assignment in the past, in the previous year, and we grabbed. You see, like, I'm interested in something else. I'm not interested in the same thing that I ask you there. Like, I give you these songs, and then you need to make me an Ableton Live songs where you imitate those elements that are there. Like, I mean, and then you need to write me a list of elements that were in that song, which is connected to what we did last week. I mean, there was this analysis of attributes, of the song and doing passive listening. So I was thinking to recreate this today together, and I want you to tell me a list of the musical elements or instruments that you think are present in the song. I want you to give me an estimate of how many tracks you think the original project has. I want you to explain me which elements you think were recorded in a studio and which elements you think were crafted at home. So, I mean, it's more like an exercise of listening rather than an exercise of building. I have here like very different songs. Like, there is Tomorrow Never Knows by the Beatles. There is Billie Eilish. There is Flying Lotus. There is the Mars Volta. And then there is Kendrick Lamar. So that's what I had in mind, considering that I was not ready for this. I mean, considering that I couldn't build the presentation that I wanted. So my goal today was either to give you this task so you go and do it, or to demonstrate how I would approach to do this thing and then to do it together. Like, I understand that the level of enthusiasm right now seems to be almost negative, so that's fine. That happens sometimes, even in the best families, they said in Venezuela. So we can negotiate a little bit of what do you find more productive to do? A better idea? Yeah, we can do this. That's what I wanted to kind of do. I mean, I didn't want it just to give you this. I just wanted to, as a thematic, to show you how do I listen to something and what do I hear when I hear to something, and to see what do you hear. Like that was my intention, and to put you the assignment because I mean it's cool to have the okay. So I think that 10 summative assessments. Well, this is across the whole year, so it's kind of like 6 and 5. It was something like that. 6 in the first semester, 5 in the second semester. I'm just thinking if I'm really gonna make it summative or not. That's all I'm thinking. Just to consider. How are you guys on your EPs? I mean, some people already finished. How are you guys on your EPs? You can show me stuff too. You finished? Yeah. And have you delivered stuff or not yet? But how are you doing with your EP? Not good. Not good? Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just debating if this should be summative or not. That's the only thing I'm debating. Another thing we can do, I have a whole bunch of things that we can do. So let's discuss it. I really have a lot of bunch of things that we can do. I don't like to come not prepared to you, but I also don't like to lie to you. I prefer to tell the truth, and this is how it is. There is a couple of things we can do as well. You ask us for an introduction to mixing conversation, and I very happily could make right now a session in which I build a mix, like a quite a fast mix, and explain you what I think when I'm mixing. So I'm going to give you two options here. I'm going to give you the option of analyzing a song from the point of view of production or making a first rough mix. What do you take? You go for production. You go for mix. You vote for both, so your vote is null. Okay, great. So I have 1 and 1. What you got? Also not. You're gonna vote for mixing, I guess. So we have right now mixing is winning because we have 2 votes for mixing. Where are you standing here? So it's all up to you. Huh? Guys, production 1. I promise you to make an online tutorial. Remember, like I promise you to do that. So don't fear not. This will happen, and it will happen soon. So you can do it. Okay. So what we're gonna do is let's pick a song first and see which one we want to analyze, and let's go and analyze it. Let's make a document of attributes, analyze what's in there, and try to imagine how the song was built. Okay. Here. Da. Da. Yeah. 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 I think it should be. I mean, if you arrive to a similar. Look, I have a better idea. I have a better idea to make this more constructive and more easy on you because there is a lot of work that you have, and I know you have other assignments or stuff. So this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna choose a song, and you're gonna create a Ableton Live session where you present to me how you imagine the Ableton session of the. Obviously, the Beatles didn't write in Ableton, right? But I mean, it's a hypothetical example. How do you imagine the Ableton session of a song like that looks like? So this means that all you need to do is to name the tracks. Wait, you will see what I mean. To name the tracks, I mean, it's like real drums beats, and to present that in class. I will ask you to, I mean, I will pick up somebody randomly and it would be like, okay, please present your Ableton Live session. So yeah, without writing music, just like, I heard the song, like, yeah, and I will show you like what I mean. We will do it like, I mean, I want you to make the MIDI regions. Like, I think that the percussion starts and ends here. Okay, so just on a paper. Yeah, no. Well, I mean, let's if I yeah, just do it in Excel. Yeah, this means that all you need to do. This means that all you need to do is to name the tracks and also there is a value I think in repeating something that you did at the beginning at the end. I mean, which is that now your conversation is way much deeper, and I think that you will see it from another light. So all you need to do. This means that all you need to do is to name the tracks and to create MIDI regions that are as long as you think that part of the track is, or that element, let's call it like that. That element is. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. I think that's a cool thing. That's a cool thing to do. The element of the track is, and I guess that I'm gonna ask like submit to make it even more easier on you. Like submit a screenshot that shows your session. Wait, let me think about this. No. Let's ask for a PDF, a little PDF. You put the screenshot and you describe to me what's going on there, and the Ableton session. So what am I looking for? Your understanding of the musical elements, your capacity to identify the instruments present in a song, your capacity to count the amount of tracks a song had before you have worked on it, and your usage of music language to explain what's happening in the song, and your attention to dynamic movements and storytelling across composition. I wanted to ask one more song, which is a song by Kamni, by the band Kamni. It's a Russian band. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Kamni is incredible. Yeah. Mandala, it's great. Mandala will be great. So let me just choose here. I mean, I just want, why not choosing a rock song? Like, if you want to do it, like, that's great. Wait, let me see. So what's going on here? Yeah. Let me choose this song. Yeah, just like super rock song. I mean, why not? Ништяк. Let me see Black Days. Maybe. Yeah, Black Days is gonna be a cool one. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So this one is called Black Days. So I think I'm gonna choose a song that is not from here, from this list. Fair enough. I mean, in the sense that, and I know which song I want. Like, it's gonna be a hard one. It's gonna be a new Mars Volta song, obviously, because I love this thing. And no. It's gonna be another one. Could be, but it's gonna be another one. No, it's gonna be. I just forgot the name of the song. Just a second. The song is called. It's a good candidate for this because it's quite a complex song. The song is called Blank Condolences. This one. I heard it moving through tiny blades of grass. Let me start opening Ableton. Nursed in my bosom where they sucked to the drain. They kept on running through the portrait signs. Smother the floor while they ride. Out here That's exactly what I wanted to do. I want. I guess let's finish listening and then I'll talk. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's a very special song, and in the whole thing, I want when you do this, I'm gonna link to the to the Google Classroom thing that I created. I'm gonna link this document that I'm gonna make together with you because I really want a very high level of detail from you. I mean, if we're gonna do this like this, I want a high level of detail. So the song is called Blanco Condolences. So we need to start. Let me. Ableton should be running now. Yeah. So let's open Ableton, and I'm gonna be editing a little bit our summative assessment here or thing because I want to be clear of what I want. So just give me a sec here. Summative 11. Yeah. So I'm actually gonna kind of rename this because I have like what's the name? Attention deficit disorder or something like this. I don't know how to, or obsessive compulsive disorder. And the last one is going to be 11. That's how I imagine it should be. So, okay. Okay, so let's go back here and grab this thing and go to edit. So I will be writing some other stuff here. Submit a list of attributes. Let's call it like this. List of attributes. Document that shows an analysis of the song. Please base this list of attributes on this example. So let me just put this here and let's start doing this together. So I mean, I really want you to provide all the elements that I'm asking to provide there. So let me think this. An estimate of how many tracks you think a real project has. Explain which elements you think were recorded in the studio. And this is really important. When we're crafted at home, let me call it more like we're crafted inside the computer. We're crafted with synthesis methods, /sampling methods. And the other thing I want you to put me there is, wait a second, I wanted to say, yeah, I mean, it's easier just to put it like this. The PDF must cover all the points displayed in the example, and that is going to be faster. Played in the example provided. Okay. So let's save this. All right, so let's start by finding the BPM. So, well, I mean, we can do it with the top tempo on Ableton, or we can do it with this website that I like. I prefer, you know, the reason why I prefer to do it on the website is because Ableton changes BPM. I mentioned this in the past. Ableton changes the Sietka when you change the BPM, and it's a pain in the ass. So I got in the habit of just like go BPM counter. Yeah. BPM counter, and there is all 8. I love it, all 8. And let's just find the BPM of that song. If the song has a different tempo, you will need to create a tempo map, obviously. Like you have to create all the skeleton like as if you're writing the song. So let's go back. Yeah, sure. So let's find the BPM. So I guess 108. So that's great. That's 108. So let's just put it right away here. Yeah, let's just add it. Share. Anyone with the link? Thank you very much. So okay, that's pretty cool. Now let's call it more like this. Track count. So we start with 1, or let's call it better like tracks. So let's start 1. Drums. I mean, we will see it a little bit in more detail in a second. I'm imagining this session to be like this, and we're gonna do it in parallel with Ableton and with the document. So my BPM has to be 108, and I want you, please. Let me put this here. I want to make a note here in the project, in the Ableton project, Leonardo project. Look like this means I need to do name the tracks, create main regions along. Thing the long track is. Please add markers identifying the structure parts of the song. So I want you to please add something like, okay, intro. Blah. I think that the easiest thing you can do is just to grab this song and download it. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Let me just go blank. Actually, I have it on Telegram. So that's, I guess that. And on Telegram, I have it. If I write here Mars Volta, I sent it to a friend a while ago. Not a while ago, but I sent it to Daniel Sierra. Yeah, my friend from Venezuela. So let me just get this thing. Here it is, Black Condolences. So let me download this thing. And yeah, it's going to be easier if we have the song there. And we can analyze it better. Downloads. Here it is. Okay. And let's go create a new audio track. And let's drop this there. Okay. It's also cool to watch like the mixes, how they, well, this is a master obviously, and it's quite loud master, but it has its dynamics. Okay, so we start with an intro, obviously. Well, I don't know, it's the song starts. What do you think? Is that an intro? It isn't, I think. Well, how would you call that? It's verse 1 right away. It's just like boom, verse 1. There's no intro. Look, the guy sings right away. Tells you a lot about the song. Like there is something. I really do believe that despite of the nature of the improvised class that we're in, we're going to learn a lot today. We're going to discuss a lot of interesting things. I have discussed to you this idea that I have, or that I call Rick and Morty storytelling. Have I mentioned this to you before? Like Rick and Morty storytelling. Like it's a bit of a joke. Yeah, it's a bit of a joke that I have in my head. I have seen a lot how, especially in a band like the Mars Volta, I have seen a lot like how things evolve. Look. The Mars Volta usually makes songs like this. Amputecture. Let me open the album of Amputecture. And you see, like, there is a song called Vicarious Atonement. It's like 7 minutes and 20. This is from 2005 or something. And then you play the thing, and it starts with some noise. And then it evolves really slowly. There is a guitar introduction. It's like a psychedelic noise. Not noise, but ambient track, guitar ambient track. We're in the minute 3:15. We're in the minute 4:15. We're in the minute 6:30. The song is ending. It has a saxophone solo. That's not Rick and Morty storytelling. Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, Rick and Morty storytelling is super fast. It's like, bam. Like, everything in Rick and Morty happens so fast, always. It's just like, tung, 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 and like at 30 seconds happen, and you change the dimensions, move from one place to the other, the lead character died. And it's so... And I think that that's a pretty... And I'm showing you the contrast of Mars Volta 2005, Mars Volta 2023. It's like, let's go, straight to the song, you know. Like, no questions about it. So I think that for me has been an interesting evolution of contemporary music. Everything is a lot more fast and more in your face. So the song starts with an intro. So the first thing we're going to do is to... Sorry, it starts with a verse 1. The first thing we're going to do is to kind of understand the structure. So I'm going to skip a bit. That's all verse 1. This is all verse 1. And this is our chorus. I know that we are doing well in terms of the BPM, because you see I'm falling in the grid there, so it seems like I chose the right BPM. So let's go here, and this is our chorus. I will call this a part of the chorus as well. You will see, because it repeats in the exact same way later. So, and then we go to verse 2. Pretty simple. So this is, no, this is kind of like, I wouldn't call it a verse 2. I call it like pre-verse, something like that, if I can, because there is a little guitar solo. Maybe a bridge, we can, but it has this, it's, well, we can call it a bridge, yeah. It's like the same chord structure. So yeah, let's call it a bridge solo kind of thing. And then we go here and we set our second marker here, which is verse 2. Our third marker. So let's call it solo bridge. Solo bridge. And then here is verse 2. Okay, great. And in that house, you know, I lost myself every time. So this is still, and then it's gonna go to chorus. There is nothing special about it in terms of the structure. So here we go. So yeah, this is the second chorus. If you guys are not used to doing this thing, like of markers, like get in the habit of it. It's so useful. Like it's so useful if you do it right from the beginning of your, I don't know, musical experience. It's going to be really great if you do it like that. It's going to help you a lot. I did that so the BPM really nicely coincides with the song. So, okay, here is our second chorus. That's why I decided that I call this part of the chorus, this tail in the end. And so from here we go to, I don't know, let's decide how we're gonna call this. Hook. We can call it hook. Any other candidates for this? Huh? What bridge? Real bridge, like the real bridge. So let's call it bridge 2 for now. Bridge 2. I mean, but is it like a condition for it to call it bridge is that it has to have the same notes as here? And it doesn't. You see, so we need to decide. They need to be the same part. So I would personally, I would call this coda. Like it's the beginning of the coda. Like we're starting to take the song home. But no, it's a second bridge, really. It's like a different bridge than the first one. So I think if you disagree, say it. Like let's get to a consensus. And then we go to solo, I guess. Yeah. I don't know, we'll analyze what this is later. Let's just hear it. from here is the outro. That's the outro for sure. And it's such a, oh man, it's such a, you know, when you see a basketball game, and it's like in the last second somebody scores and the whole thing changes, you know, and the whole result that you were expecting changes. Like, that's a pretty ballsy outro. You know, it's like, let's finish the song in 5 seconds. I mean, they just take it home so fast, and it's really nice. How do we call this? Do we call it solo? The post-chorus, right? All of this is a solo? All of this is just a solo, right? Yeah. And also notice something. Notice something, that the voice and the guitar are making a very interesting interplay. They kind of like work with each other. No, it's new words. It's new words. They will start to talk to each other. Huh? No, but it's a new lyrics, I'm sure of that. Yeah, for sure. It's like, see, they start playing together. It's like a second guitar. The voice is just like a second guitar. And I realized right now that I'm gonna put us one. There is one little thing I'm gonna put here. I'm gonna ask you to do that I think will make your life a bit more complicated, but okay. This means that you will see. I want you to make the basic harmony. Like, I think that's a fair thing to ask. Like, this means that all you need to do is to name the tracks and create MIDI regions. Please identify the markers of the song. The only musical work you need to do, we're gonna do it right now, is to outline the bass line with some MIDI tracks. Like, I mean, with some MIDI information. Like, I really want you to think about the harmony. That's gonna be really useful. Yeah, but I mean, exactly. So you're gonna do it in MIDI. Exactly, you're gonna do it in MIDI. So let's go now and do that right away, and we will follow the song like that. So we start with this, and let's grab here. And how do I imagine this? I imagine that there are some drums, like real drums. And I think that the real drums are happening. Let's go back to the beginning. Obviously, they're happening here, all the way till here. So I'll create a new MIDI track. I forgot, it's Command M? Command S? S. Yeah, S is to save. Command M, I think it is. No, it's not Command Shift M? Yeah, Command Shift M. Yeah, there you go. So you see, and we can rename this and call it real drums. Okay, great. But that's not it. That's definitely not it. Hey, what's up with you? Let me rename this and call it real drums. Okay. And let's duplicate this and put it here. This, you see, and it's the same length. That's really cool. And then there, I think the real drums. They start here, right? Earlier. Yeah, like one step earlier, like something like this. Okay, that's real drums. So let's color it how it is. Now, is that it from the drums department? Is there something else going on? Anybody? There is a drum machine there for sure, like a second layer drum machine thing, like for sure is going on there on the background. It's doubling what the drums is doing, and it's giving some ghost notes too that are electronically generated, like. I heard it moving through tiny blades of grass. That, like, for example, there is a second snare on the back. Yeah, there is. It's very subtle. It's very subtle, but that thing is not achieved only with real drums. Like, there is a drum machine on the back, and okay, I see some frowning, like what? And let me show you what I mean exactly. Let me think. What's the fastest way I can get there? I think that what's going on? Yeah, samples. Yeah, let me just load here some samples. Let me see. Drums. Do I have like nice? That's pretty based. Pretty based. Let me see if I have in clips. Will I have something? No, in samples. That's all I have here with drums. Well, but I can also load something like this. I mean, this is not. You don't have to do something similar to what I'm gonna do now. I just want to demonstrate something because I think it's the most important part. One of the most important part of this exercise. So okay, I think I have here. I have addictive drums, but I don't think it works. Does it works? Let me see. I would like to get just some real drums. Yep, it does. Great. So let's see 1 second the drum beat. So it's kind of like it sounds so shitty. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want this metal stuff. Can I change this? Where is it? That I can change it? Yeah, top left. And so let's go here like everything is metal, 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 metal. Initialize. No, everything is metal? Really? Where is the other? Excellent. It's only metal. Warm metal. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Let's just make something here. This is okay. This is good enough. What I think is going on is something like this, kind of like. I'm gonna do something different. Don't worry if it's different. I just wanna demonstrate it how I think it is, and it's important. So let me just quantize that quickly. Quantize settings, yeah. So I think I quantized it too hard. Let me just do it on 16s, yeah. 16 notes, come on, and apply. So we have something like something like that. I mean, just as an approximation, and I think for sure there is like a second layer, which is something similar to what it's here. But let me see if I find some sample, some beat or whatever. Like if I write beat here, do I get something? Oof, that sounds so nice. Yeah, just a second. I want to see if I can get away with it. Yeah. Let me see if I can get away with this. I mean, if I can wait away. There is something in this loop that I just heard that it helps me to demonstrate what I think is going on there. Wait, so let me just put this here. Like, for example, you see, like, it's something like that. What's going on there? It has some element like this. And then there is a combination between the real drum kit, and then you feel that the second layer of percussion is a ghost note of the drums. Like, I mean, imagine like some sort of like beat on the back that is kind of like hip hop. Yep. Yep. And I think that there's an argument to be said there that kind of like almost all the songs that you will do, if you're going to use real drums, you're going to kind of layer them with some sort of beat too. Like for me, it's not, I mean, it's not optional in the music I write. It's kind of like everything I write has beats too. Like you do this as well with your compositions, like with your rock compositions or not. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, okay. In terms of the, yeah, that's a really good representation of what I wanted to show you. Something kind of like that. And I think that, let me see if I expand this. Yeah, I mean, it's just like different samples, but I think it's something similar to what I just did. So, okay, that's cool. So that means that we have real drums, and that means that we have also, like I would call it like sampled or whatever, or how would we call it? Like beats one. That's how electronic beats one. Beats one. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I heard it moving through. Ah? Yeah, this is the same length. So, okay. You see, like that thing there, that's the loop alone. Actually, this thing, it's like this. I really believe that. This thing is definitely like this. Like, look. Let me remove the metronome. So look, you see, it's a. It could be. I think that they're layered. That snare, it's just that snare sounds to me like a drum machine. That one. Yeah. It sounds like a drum machine. If something, it can be that there is another option, which is that the real drums are triggered, but there is not only a live snare there. I'm 100% sure of that, like 100% sure. I don't have that. Like, and you hear, it just sounds synthesized to me. I don't know how to describe it. It just sounds synthesized. Sounds like there is a synthesized drum there, a snare there. And you see, like, I think that you still disagree? You think that it's only drum kit? It's fine. No, it's really fine to disagree. We don't see it in the same way. That's fine. I either that's a drum machine or there is a trigger running there on the snare. Now, if you hear this beat here, you heard it. That hi-hat, that's for sure the drum machine. Like, it's quite intricate. It's gonna be not easy to discern, but yeah, okay, we can move on a little bit. Okay, so now that's one of the things I want you to do. I want you to grab here this thing, and let me just duplicate this, and this is where you have to write MIDI, the only place where you have to write MIDI. We need to delineate the harmony, and we need to also tell what's the scale. We're going to write this in the list of attributes. We need to write what's the scale, what's the harmony that is going on there, and all of that. So that with this song is going to be really hard. If you want to take a hint, the easiest one to do that is Tomorrow Never Knows. I think it's kind of like one note is the whole song. But I mean, if you choose the Flying Lotus one that I put there, that's gonna be, well, it's Never Catch Me. That's gonna be not easy, by the way. That's gonna be not easy as well too. But the Tomorrow Never Knows is really easy. Anyways, let's see. In terms of bass, let me think if which one. Yeah. That, well, I mean, there can be some samples. There are some samples there, but no drum samples. Yeah, sure, and especially in this song. That's why I chose. Huh? Yeah. Tomorrow Never Knows. It's just like I love that song. I used to cover it with my band in Venezuela. Yeah, I'm sure that that's all with percussion. I'm gonna leave that. And you see, I'm gonna group it. I'm gonna make a group here, and I'm gonna call this like drums or something. Oh, I don't know. I'm in lecture mode. So I'm like, fuck this. Drums. Okay, great. Now, I'm gonna do, I guess, only partially the whole thing, because I will spend the whole lecture just trying to imitate that bass line, because it's really hard. Yeah, it's really hard one, but some idea of it we can do. So, okay, let me think about, I think that the easiest way for me, at least, the easiest thing that happens to me when I want to make this is I just play it, and then I kind of like adapt to, I play it shittily, and then I fix it, you know. And this is partly connected with what we discussed last week, that I mean, it's better to do rough work and then improve it. So I'm gonna load, the sounds doesn't matter here, just gonna load any instrument, and gonna go here and write bass. And let me see what I have here. I guess I want something like a similar. What folder do you mean? Here on the side? Sorry. Gotcha. Sorry for that. Yeah, bass. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll write it. Electric. Thank you very much. That makes it faster. Okay, that's good enough. This is good enough. Okay, so Okay, let me start with that. So let's start with that. And it starts right away, so I need to... I start with that. And that thing repeats a lot, so I can do it faster. I can do it fast. And actually, I mean, when you're trying to describe the harmony of something, you don't need to kind of play everything in general. Like, I mean, it's just for you to understand how these people build this. Like, I mean, that it doesn't have to be a perfect representation. Like, it would be, wait, it would be something like up. But it's so cool that I kind of like got hooked in the task now. So, okay, here we go. And then we can just write it. And now I need to go up in an octave. Huh? I think I'm fine. Yeah, like Listen, I have this very stupid thing, like right now, for example. Yeah, of course I want the MIDI keyboard. Like, it's just like I have this very stupid thing of myself of trying to simplify my life, and then it becomes more complicated. So, bring it on. Yeah, thank you very much for offering that. That's a better idea than to play it here. I just want to improve as a person and just undo my problems. Yeah. So we start with that, and meanwhile I. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, I don't. Let's bring it on to motherfudging. I don't need a space here. Great. I just need a cable. Yeah, I guess we got it here. Yeah, thank you. Who is that? Ой, Андрей. Wait, this is important. This is for the film. Алло, Андрей. Алло, братан, привет. Да. Tell me, bro. Да. What are you talking in the intro sequence? There will be a different music, bratan. Just wait till 5 p.m. This is the demo that Oleg made. Yeah, you can just ignore this for now. Around 4 p.m. you will have it. Okay. All right. I'll just I'll do it. I'm now in a lecture. I'll catch you there. Давай. Thank you, bratan. Давай, пока. Okay, so here we go, and this is connected. Nope. Okay. Well, I don't wanna spend so much time in this part because it will take me a lot of time. But I just wanna show you what I expect from you, what I think it would be useful. Because the next, when we're gonna get interesting is a little bit later when we get to the synths. Because I really want you to write what synth you think it is, and that's gonna connect with the things that we have been doing. So let's just turn down off an octave. Be something like this. And with this shape we will build a lot. Okay. So let me just play that. Yeah, it's hard here. Okay. And then we repeat. This thing repeats a lot. And that's a good structure. I mean, you have to map it. You have to make your map yourself. I'm not gonna do it all, but something like this. And then if you hear, it would be really cool if you kind of recreate the bass line, because you will learn a lot. Like, you see, like, look how they modulate it. So that's very different. That's kind of like, that would be something like, wow, I already forgot it. Like, it's kind of like. So it starts on a higher octave, It starts on a higher octave, kind of. Let's just listen it. We set command up, command shift, right? Yeah. And then this one is like. So it's kind of like this. And this one goes away. And then. And then the last note, I don't know if you catch it, but the last, well, I heard the song a million times, that's why I also know it so well. The last note repeats, so it's kind of like, and then, sorry, and then you're already in the next note for the next bar. And then this thing continues. So you need to delineate the bass line for the whole thing until the end. So, okay, that's the hardest thing you're gonna have to do. Instrument doesn't matter, but the bass line you need to kind of like, yeah, just recreate it so you can understand the harmony. And so let's just, I guess that the bass line looks kind of like this, Command J, this thing, and then Command J, this thing, and so there's bass all over this place. So I want to continue in the production. And I guess I will remove this thing. Okay, great. So let's go back to the song here. Cool. Let's continue on the list of attributes. So we need to find the key. I'm gonna put it here. What's the key? Yeah, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of keys here. I obviously chose a very difficult song to do right now as a demonstration. But let's tell me. What do you think? You mean here? Left down, like here? Scale. So turn it on. Yeah, I see your point. I see your point. That's a good point. I never done it like this. It's a fast way to do it. I like to do this. There is a website, a really nice website. It helps you a lot. Scale Finder, and then I mean I'm not saying that your idea is brilliant. I just want to do it in the way I'm used to, just because I'm used to like this, to do it like this. So I will go here and I would see, what do I got? Let me just switch off the scale right now. So I have B in this bass line that I was writing. I have, let me put this, I'm not hearing it because I'm here. Yeah. So I start in C. Yeah, that's the Trojan virus. I start in C. So what notes do I got there? We have never used this scale finder together. I think we have, right? No? Wow, that's amazing. So that's cool. So, and then I have, I guess I will go next note, G. So it doesn't matter the order. C, G. Then it's going to give you an idea. And then D sharp, D sharp, D sharp, and F. And D sharp already said, we already said it, and B we already said it. So that's all the notes I have. Ah, I haven't wrote it here. B, okay, great. And then you know what you can do if you need more information, like you don't have enough information with the bass line. Just think about what the vocals are doing. So the vocals are doing something like this. So let me just, now that I'm there, let me just start the situation. I have here. Sorry, let me just make it with MIDI tracks. So I have here, what else do I think quickly on the top of my head is happening? There is obviously guitar. We will see what that guitar is. Like we will make more resolution in a little bit of time. We also have here synths. Synths 1. I do hear like a lot of synths, and we will discuss it. Yeah, I'm gonna for now call it do it like synths 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just and then we will discuss what synths that they may be. Since there is one that I'm sure which is the synth. Like I mean, I can bet you, I don't know, 0.001 BTC that thing is like there is a mellotron there. Like I mean, and I also know it because I also heard an interview. But I mean, it was obvious for everybody who knows. It's obvious. So let me duplicate this. Ah, yeah, it's here. You have it here. Yeah, it's here in this computer. Ah, yeah, I see your point. Cool. That's really cool. Okay, so we have synth 4, and then we have vocals. So I'm just doing this so I'm gonna build something with the vocals. So I'm just gonna write here, rename this, and call this vocals. So okay, cool. And so what's up with the vocals? So in these sounds, do I have like voice? No, vowel cadence. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be our vocals. It's gonna be so freaking corny. It's gonna be so corny. So something is soloed, I guess. So I have to find out the rest of the notes that I have. I'm just gonna play the. That's kind of the basic. Let me see if I'm in the same key. Okay, cool. So I have here, for example, B flat is there for sure. It can be a passing note, though. We will see it. I have B. I have G. I already got it there. I have F. And I have D sharp. Yeah. So I'm going to put here, and I know the vocal melody. I know he later does like. So either D or B flat are a part of this, or one of them is a passing note. I'm gonna because I'm not sure. I'm gonna just do this, clack, and see what options he's telling me. He's telling me C melodic minor, most likely C melodic minor, like the whole thing. So the C melodic minor is yes F G A G. Wait, no, I don't think it is. It has to be C harmonic minor. How can I be sure? Well, if I go here and jam with this thing and I play that, the question was about G and the G sharp. No, it's actually there. It goes. No, F sharp, no. Okay, so let's go back here and see it. I'm starting to be back into the C melodic minor camp. So it would be. It really didn't look like it, but. No. It would be. Yeah. So yeah, the G sharp is there. What is not there is the La. Wow, I really don't know now. Do you have any ideas? C, D sharp. Yeah, I agree. So it can also be a passing note. I mean that they're acting outside of the scale. So we go G. Yeah, we are. This is our G, but our A it has to be. No. The A. Look, it's the second note of the whole thing. He really plays the A. It's C melodic minor. Oh, sorry. So yeah, I'm up for. But yeah, and the G and the F, yeah, I would call it C melodic minor. So, but hey, of course, we just found the first part. This is the first verse, and it's in C melodic minor. Is there like a shortcut for melodic minor? Like I just write C minor, but yeah. C, and then put here melodic. I don't know. Ah, yeah. Gotcha. Great. Okay, so that's great. And now let's see the chorus. That's a key change. So, what is my main aspiration with this exercise for you? Apart from the fact that I was not so ready and I'm kind of covering something that I have left open, but that's not the main point. There's always something we can do. I just always like to be super honest with you. But anyways, I want you to feel when you write a new song in the future, I want you to feel like, damn, like this guy's used like 4 keys and I'm using 1. Like, is there something wrong with me, or is just like I like this, or am I lazy? Like, that's kind of what I want you to realize. It's like, oh, like look at how many keys this guy's used. That's why I chose those songs and everything. So let's start. I think the easiest place to start there is with the bass, and I know it, so it's gonna be easy kind of to build. It's really easy, like. It can be that it's still in the same key, really, and they just inverted it. Okay, so let me just record this, just for the sake of it. So... Okay, so I need to do... I made a mistake there, but I put the notes. Let me just solo it here, and now we can see it. Give it to me. And then it will go like the 2 2 2 2 2 2 2, right? Up. And this one, you just need to extend this here. Okay. So then I have G, A sharp. So what was our G? I have G, A sharp. Oh no, A flat. Okay, I get it. So we're in another territory here. Definitely we are. I mean, it sounds like that. I was just for a second skeptical. So let's remove all this stuff. Of course, if you have it by ear, it's easier and faster, but G, A sharp, we said, or B flat, C, and then we have D sharp, and we're gonna need some Adobe thing. It's some Adobe. I said what, D? I just got distracted. D sharp, D sharp, and I'm gonna have to use the vocals. So okay, I would need something like. So C is there. So definitely C is there. Ah, yeah, I already put it. And then so I have here G, F, D sharp. So I have G, it's here. It's there already. F. And I have D sharp. I already got it. And it seems to have D as well. So let's see. I guess it's like D sharp or E flat major. So let's see it. So it would be, and then so let's play with it, and I will stop here. I guess there is a lot of keys to find. Well, actually, I will really stop here because there is like 10 minutes left. I really want to talk about the synths. So okay, we got the key kind of like, I mean, imagine this one would be C melodic minor, and this one, let's call it for now D sharp E flat minor. Rename. So D sharp D sharp minor for now. I'm gonna just call it like that. That's great. So okay, let's continue hearing again. Now there is gonna be a lot of stuff going on here on the synths. So let's think about it. So okay, we start. There is that chord. So there is like chords. I'm gonna split it like this. Chords. You hear the chords, right? Right away. The first note is a chord. It's a set of chords in your face, just like tung. And I would call this chords roads. That's a roads. Chords roads. So I'm gonna follow that a little bit, and I guess that the best way we could do that would be something kind of like, and then the chords will repeat here. Oh, you see? Like, nice work there. So they delay it. It's kind of like the first one fall on the one. Oh. So it only happens in those areas. Like it only happens there, those chords. And then the next one would be like. That's the whole. And that's all. It doesn't repeat anymore. Okay. And the mellotron, exactly. Now we're gonna go to the mellotron. Let's go to the mellotron. Let me show you. I mean, you will see. There is a. No, the mellotron has a million sounds. Like it's a full-on synth. Yeah. Sorry. Now I understand what you mean. Yeah. There are two mellotron lines. Now look, there is a song by the Beatles called "Strawberry Fields." Look at that same synth there. It's the same synth. It's just the same synth. Like this guy that you hear there on the back. Like you see? It's the same synth, like I'm sure. Like it's the mellotron. Like it's very famous synths, and it kind of like, so we will call that line like synth mellotron. And I think it kind of, you see, it's a counterpoint. This is a good analysis to do. It's a counterpoint to the chords, you see? It's going there. And then it starts back here. Yeah, when the chords are not playing. Correct. So it's kind of like, this is all mellotron. And then there is another mellotron line. You will hear it there on the background. I would say it's another mellotron line. Like I would call it synth. It's a different sound. So synth mellotron 2. Rename. Synth mellotron 2. Okay, great. Yeah, and I mean, right now I'm really interested in providing for you a good reference document here. So I'm gonna stop working. That's what you need to do in Ableton. So what I would like you to do would look something kind of like this. For me, it's really important that you make a track count. This is really, really important to me. Like that you imagine the track count. So it's like, okay, there were drums, there was E drums, there was bass, there was real bass, we said synth Rhodes, there is synth Mellotron, there is track 6 is synth Mellotron 2, Mellotron 1, Mellotron 2, synth Mellotron, then there is synth Mellotron. No, there's not another synth. Let me see. Hear it a bit. Yeah, the Mellotron is super plain there for sure. And that's where the guitar. Huh? There is a double vocals there. So we will see. You see, like, I think there is also... Yeah. So we have guitar, let's call it rhythm guitars. And the rhythm guitars, they start right there in the chorus. It's really subtle. It's like on the background. And it's actually quite quiet. It may happen that it's not even there. I'm not even sure of that. Something like... Yeah, it can be, you're right, you can write. But knowing, I mean, this is a... Yeah. Yeah. And then it would be logical to this album, because of the way this album was conceived, that the guitar only starts here with this little... And it looked like it's a micro guitar solo. Now, there is a harpsichord too there. Like there is a... You will hear it. No, you will hear it. Maybe it's what you're saying too, but I'm talking about now. It's like some harpsichord. You will see it. It's like... It was there on the background. So I'm gonna personally... I'll show you. Let me see if this one, if I wrote it right. It's something kind of... You can get it with a... I mean, the one I'm thinking about, it's like... Fuck, I just don't remember. Honor Synth. I think that's the name of the... Donor Synth. I don't remember what's the name of that synth, man. Like, I used to play a lot with it in London. It can be something like this. Like... No, there is. Wait. No, that's not the one. I just forgot how it's called, this guy. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you. There is a vacuum tube accordion synthesizer. That's cool. Okay, so there is a harpsichord there and stuff like that. So let me go back here, and I would say synth Mellotron, synth harpsichord. There is rhythm guitar. There is solo guitar. Okay, so you see, like in terms of scale, I guess that what we can do is, like, in terms of harmony, we can go here and set mostly D minor alternate. That's okay. That's really cool. So it's like, it would be something like mostly C melodic minor, with a transition to, it was, what did we decide? A D sharp minor in the chorus, and maybe there is another key there, but I don't know. Melody, not much. Lots of D, occasional jumps to A. I mean, melody, I would describe it something kind of like, in general, following along with the harmony no particular ghost notes. Not ghost notes, sorry, passing notes. And I would say something as well, which is, I would say something about that melody. And guys, the more you can learn to describe melody, it will be a great plus for you if you can do this. Like, so you see, the melody is quite, the interval jumps in the melody are quite close to each other. It's not like, well, even though the chorus has an octave intervallic jump. Wait, let me see. No, I'm crazy. Yeah, it has, yeah. So I would say that that melody is mostly chromatic movements. You see, he does it twice. It's like in the chorus and in the verse. I mean, like, for example, one of the, in the verse is like, sorry. And then the chorus is kind of like, this is the octave that I told you. Omnichord. And then he goes chromatic again. So great. So I would describe, and this is really, really important that you think about this. In general, melody, mostly chromatic movements. So remember, the main point of this is that you will have to present this if I ask you. Like, that's what I want. I mean, I will not get everybody to present this because I don't want to waste a whole lecture on this, but I would like to open this in the class and then see randomly somebody and it's like explain the whole thing. I want you to be able to explain me this song very well. And so you will have to be able to describe that melody in the most professional way you can. So mostly chromatic movements with an occasional octave jump. Octave jump. Stays within the boundaries of the melody, of the harmony, sorry. So great. Let me see, rhythm, polyrhythm from the beginning. So yeah, I mean, this will already have it. Track count, and I guess I will ask something kind of like this. Melody, harmony, melody, okay. Rhythm seems to, I really need to end this lecture because I really need to get ready for the next one that I have after you guys. So, well, I mean, yeah, I will edit it later when I'm at home, and so you can see it a bit better. But you get the point. Like, I mean, I want us to be able to listen to music like this and extract from it everything you can. So yeah, thank you very much. So I'm gonna move on to the next activity I have today. On the next week, we will certainly continue that book that I was analyzing, and we will use this as a resource to that analysis that we are doing. So I don't think that this is a waste of our time just to sit down and start to listen to music a bit more actively than we were doing before. I think so you can count this as a practice of what we discussed last week. Like, that's kind of how I see it. So yeah, thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week. Yeah, thanks. We will go to the museum on the 29th. It's the week after the YG. You will not be here. Yeah, I know. We will film it. Yeah. Well, I'll see if I can do it on Tuesday because I think you guys are free. I can. So we will discuss it. I mean, I would definitely make that consideration. Like they say